So I'm Paola, I'm from Spain, and I'm a full boarder at Downside, and I study 4A levels, which are biology, maths, English literature and Spanish. Well, on the educational side, I really like the balance between independence and support, because I really appreciate all the independence that we get, but at the same time you also get a lot of support from your teachers. I love that because we have small classes in sixth form, and there's also teacher clinics. If you're struggling with a subject, you can get a really personalised education. If you have any topics that you struggle on, you can always ask for support to teachers. Even in the house, we also have teachers. For example, my biology teacher is in my house, and I can always just go up to her and ask her anything that I'm struggling with. So obviously the landscape here, it was very different to what I was used to in Spain. Honestly, when I came here, I felt like I was in a movie. It was all so different. There was the fields, and then Bath. We get to go to Bath every Sunday in the Bath bus. So just going around Bath was such an experience. It's so different from what I find in Spain, and it's a really nice area. It's so fun. So if I had to describe Downside in 3 words, I would say community, support and friendship. So I would say that my favourite subject is definitely biology. I've always been fascinated about the laws of nature and the ecosystem side of biology. And in my old school in Spain, I wasn't really getting that practical education that I wanted. It was purely a book, just reading a book and memorising it. And here at Downside, I've noticed that's something that's really changed. I found an amazing science department that has really fueled my interest for the subject, and by new ways of learning, doing experiments. We did a field trip in which I really got to feel how it was like to be an ecologist. I think what's special about Downside is the fact that we have a small community. We're quite a small community, and that means that we get really close bonds with each other, and everyone knows each other. You're walking to a lesson and you run into loads of people that you know from all different years, different houses. So I would say what inspires me is definitely the people at Downside, not only the teachers but also the students. I think we're in an environment where everyone really encourages each other to further the knowledge and also get out of their comfort zone in the social aspect as well. So I'm interested in music, and even though I'm not doing it for A-level, I'm doing extracurricular in music. I'm doing electric guitar lessons. So my boarding house is Cavril House, and if I had to describe it, I would say it's really homely. It is I think it mirrors what an actual family house would be like. We have house mistresses, we have house mothers, we even have pets, but they're sometimes around the house, and it just feels like the bonds that we have with each other, it's so close that it feels like a family. And we have a lot of common spaces in the house, and that means that girls from all different years can hang out in them, and we can just do stuff simple stuff, just making toast or making tea. On Saturdays, for example, we have feast. We can watch movies, we do karaoke. It's really fun being in those common spaces. And of course, during the day, you can also work. If you have to work with some of the girls for a group project, you can also use those. So I was looking for a school in England because I wanted to just get out of my comfort zone, learn some more English, and the education system that they have here was really interesting to me and I wanted to try. But I chose Downside specifically because of the religious side, because I'm a Catholic, and I think those Benedictine values that the school follows, you can really see that. And I joined because Downside is one of the best Catholic schools in England. I'm also an international prefect, which means I'm also in charge of the international students, especially in my house in Cavril. So if they're having any struggles with the new culture, being here in England, or if they are homesick, I also help them through that. And from my personal experience, since I came from Spain last year, that means that I got to experience what they were going through, so I can exactly tell them like what they need to hear. So currently I am doing my applications for university. I'm going to pursue the career of biology, and for now I've applied to Oxford, which was a bit scary, I think, because obviously I come from a place where not a lot of people go to Oxford. It's not something that you really think about, and when I came here, suddenly it's like those doors would just open and I could just go for it. And I found that my teachers really encouraged me to do it and to challenge myself, to get that application.